Hello Nikki, hello Transport Evolved, hope you had a brilliant weekend. People don't know how to service their own cars, and I'd actually argue that's a good thing because of the complexity of the cars nowadays, but I'll move on to that in a second. But if you think about what's around, we live in a world where there's quick fits, 1 hour MOTs. You can take your car to a garage and have a £25 winter check. Well, a winter check is just checking that the coolant's working and the heating works and that you've got some antifreeze in the screen wash. It's not difficult things. But this seems to be where we are, and I guess it comes down to, as I said before, the complexity of the cars. When our parents were younger, all cars were petrol, and about the only variation you got in the UK was whether the car had a choke or not. It was very posh if you had an automatic choke. But nowadays we have lots and lots of different types. Petrol, diesel, gas, plug-in hybrid, LPG, normal hybrid, fully electric, biofuel. It just goes on and on and on, all these different types of cars. So I don't think we can, to kids learning to drive or adults learning to drive, give them a set of skills that would work on every car they're going to encounter without sending them back to school, which probably isn't a good idea. Whose job is it to make sure that dealers are up to date with their knowledge on these cars they're selling? It's the manufacturers. It's their brand, after all. They're the ones who are going to get the kickback. If someone buys a Nissan Leaf and thinks it can drive 130 miles, they're going to get the kickback. They're the ones going to get the kickback if someone buys a BMW i3 on the understanding it works exactly the same way as the Ampera, runs out of battery, tries to floor it, and it doesn't go as fast as it should because the motor can't put out as much power. It's the education that needs to happen at that level. The manufacturer needs to know the product they're selling, and that's not happening. And I can kind of see where some of the mistakes start creeping in. It's that kind of whispering game you used to play as a kid. So your EV specialist gets sent on some training for the new BMW i3, and on that training they mention that the BMW i3 can rapid charge. And then they go home and they're poking about and they happen to see a news announcement from Ecotricity that says there's rapid charging stations now at every service station along the M4. And then they connect up the dots and go, the i3 can rapid charge everywhere on the M4. And they start telling people that. It's not true, it doesn't work, it uses a different standard, but they've just connected dots in their head. And then you throw in on top of that the usual car selling method where miles per gallon figures aren't really challenged in an outspoken way. And then you start getting people saying that, yes, the i3 can charge at all current rapid charge stations. And yes, the Nissan Leaf can travel 130 miles. Look, it says there, the NEDC says it can. And we start getting problems. What did I want to talk to you about? It's sticking with rapid charging. This week, actually on Friday, we got an email from a UK infrastructure provider who also happens to be a energy company called Ecotricity, and they're the ones who are responsible for rolling out this rapid charge network up and down motorways in the UK and now onto A roads. And basically it was an email full of what I hope was good news, and I've been fooled many times before, so I'm trying not to get too excited, but it seems like we're hitting a point where it's getting very good. They're now going to start doubling up rapid chargers at their locations, so we're going to have redundancy. If one rapid charger stops working or is taken, as happens at some of the more high traffic areas, there's going to be a second one you can plug into, which is absolutely brilliant. They're rolling out CCS now. They didn't give any specific timeframes of exactly when and how and where they're going to start, but that's in their plans to do, which means that the VWs that are coming out and the BMW i3 is going to be able to rapid charge at these same locations, which is absolutely brilliant. The best bit of news is this network has always been a touch unreliable. There was a recurring fault that would happen which would take these charging stations offline for a day or two until someone came out and fixed them, and there didn't seem to be a solution for it that was long-lasting. From the email, it sounds as though they've identified this issue and they're rolling out a fix, hopefully in the next sort of 3 weeks or so. I guess what I want from you is should we be getting excited about this? Is this something we should get excited about? Should we wait and see if the proof is in the pudding, so to speak? Our US viewers who were very, very excited about their Nissan dealership rollout, which happened in the UK and really kind of fell flat because who travels during car dealership opening hours? Are you jealous of this kind of network? Do you have this same fault? Does your rapid charging have the same fault? And are your providers working to fix it? I'm going to go now and have some breakfast, even though it's like mid-morning. I slept a lot. Goodbye, Transport World. Goodbye, Nikki.